You can able to see my screen, right?
No, your screen now it came.
Right. So last week we had seen how to read values from a web table, that get cell data, get row with cell text,
Yes.
correct? Row count, column count, all these things,
Yes.
right? So today we are going to see debugging. So did we see debugging? No, right? So what is meant by debugging? So in the QTP tool you can able to see debug, and these are the options. So why we have to use this debugging concept, correct? So when we are working, right, so sometimes we have to check why my QTP code is failing, why it is not working, or what is the value currently it is displaying, all such type of things. Okay, see what I am doing is I am just clicking on the record button, and I am just entering some action, doing some action. After that I need to take this name and I need to enter here. This is my actual work. So when I do that thing, I know I have to first convert into a function, or if I don't do in a function also, I am just giving a wait of 1 second, and after clicking on the OK button, get row property text, keep the value in A, and after waiting for 1 second, the value A need to be printed. But before doing that, what you have to do, you need to highlight the application. So this time instead of 7, I am just making it as 10. I want to run this thing. Then what you can do is, you can keep your cursor here, go to debug and say insert or remove breakpoint, that is F9. A red dot will come. If you don't want to do, you can click n number of places, so automatically that breakpoint is available. What this
What is
breakpoint
that
will do,
breakpoint?
what this breakpoint will do, I know that from this particular line number 1 to line number 9 everything is working fine, but up to line number 10 also. After that only I have some problem, like it is not working. Previously it has worked from line number 1 to line number 15, but now when I execute in the current version, up to line number 10 is working, after that it is not working. If you say run, it is going to execute from first to last, but you have to pause the execution when you click on the run button. So I am just keeping a breakpoint wherever I want it, and when I run this thing, from the first up to that particular line number 10 it is going to execute, and line number 11 it will not be executed, it will just say pause. Now you can see a yellow arrow is stuck there, and run button is also enabled. Previously when we will say run, it is disabled, that thing. Understood, right? Why we will use a breakpoint, or any doubt you have? So to pause the execution in the middle we will use breakpoint. We are not stopping the QTP of the execution what is happening, just we had kept a breakpoint, that's all. Okay, clear or not, or any doubt you have? Okay, fine. Now you, if you hit run again from that line number 11 to wherever you had kept a breakpoint, it will be executed again. Again it will stop, means it will pause. You want to execute only this line number 14, you don't want to execute any other thing, the next line. So one thing you can do, you can keep a breakpoint again. If not, go to debug and hit F11, that is nothing but step into, which will only execute that particular single line only. It is not going to execute the next rest of the line, whatever it may be. So you can see, just I'll just click this thing, it is going to highlight the application, that's all. It is not entered any data yet because this is my old data. You want to check what is the value of A. What you can do is, you can select the value A, go to debug, or you can use a shortcut key Control T, T for tiger, Control T, that is nothing but add to watch. So when I click, after doing the up to line number 10, QTP had gone to that particular name field, taken the text with the help of getArrow property, that value it has kept in A. You want to see what is the value of A. So I just select the A and I hit Control T. Now you can see A holds Jan Hansen. So script not executed yet, but I come to know what is the value of A. So now in the application, instead of this QWER, Jan Hansen will be entered. See, clear, or any doubt you have?
Can you repeat again?
We are going to see that thing again. Now what I did is, I had set the value 1. So it is going to do the action up to line number 11. What is the value now? John Doe is there. I need to take this John Doe from the flight application. I need to go to the web application, and instead of this Jan Hansen, John Doe need to be entered. Now you want to execute only this line number 11, that's all. Then what you can do, if you hit run, it is going to execute the whole total lines, whatever it is there. You can do one thing, keep your breakpoint here, or keep your cursor, go to debug and hit F9, which is going to insert a breakpoint. That means when I say run, line number 11 execute and wait at line number 13. but I don't want to use breakpoint. Then remove that thing, go to debug and say step into, means execute this particular line only. Don't execute rest of the lines of code which is available at the bottom. So you can see in debug I just gone to F11, I'm hitting that thing only. So whatever it is present in this window flight reservation WinEdit name, this particular thing, it will be taken with the help of getArrow property. That value it has kept in A. So now you can see at the bottom A variable undefined. Now when I run this thing, it is going to be John's doing, and I had executed that particular line only. You can see my yellow arrow, it is still waiting at that particular wait one, the next line. Again if I go and if I say step into, that particular line only will be executed. Means if you want to execute one after another that individual lines, then you need to go to debug and you need to hit F11, step into. Clear or not?
Yes.
Right. So you had already kept n number of breakpoints. You want to remove all the breakpoints, then Control Shift F9, remove all breakpoints. That is nothing but clear all breakpoints. Control Shift F9. If you hit, whatever the breakpoints you had kept will be deleted. Not required, wherever you had inserted, you will go there and you will click that thing. Not required. Or you kept your cursor, again go to debug and insert or remove F9, the same thing. Not required to do that thing again, repeated thing. Whatever n number of breakpoints you kept, just keep wherever you want your cursor, hit Control then Shift then F9, all the breakpoints will be removed. Clear all breakpoints. Okay, clear. Now you don't want to delete this breakpoint, you don't want to clear it, but when I say run, QTP should not stop there at line number 4. When I say run, QTP should not stop at line number 6, because I don't want to delete that thing, but QTP should not stop there. Then there is a option called enable or disable breakpoint. In debug you can see enable or disable all breakpoints. Enable or disable breakpoint means if you keep your cursor here, go to debug and Control F9, that particular checkpoint, breakpoint only will be disabled. That particular breakpoint will be disabled, so that next when I run this thing, QTP will not stop at line number 4, it is going to stop at line number 9. Stop means it will pause. Sorry. See, at line number line it has break that thing, pause that thing. Same way, if you want to remove all the, you want to disable all the breakpoints, then go to debug and select the last option, enable or disable all breakpoints. So all breakpoints will be disabled. Again when you hit the same thing, all breakpoints will be enabled. Instead of deleting, we are just disabling it, because if you delete that thing where you kept the breakpoints, or tomorrow you want to execute, or after 5 minutes you want to execute again and you want to check there again. So for that reason only we will don't remove the breakpoints, we will just disable the breakpoint, that's all. Which one you want, just you can click that thing, that will be
What is
enabled.
debug from step?
We
I
had,
said step.
we had not gone up to that thing, right?
Okay.
So this thing, whether it is done fine or not, means you understood or not.
It's fine. It's fine.
Fine, right? Okay. Next, I'm just deleting all the breakpoints. Now
Control.
run to step is there, that is nothing but instead of keeping a breakpoint, you just kept your cursor at line number 9, and when I run this thing from the line number 1 up to line number 9, QTP will be executed. It will not move to next line. See, it will do the action at line number 9, it will break, it will not move further. What is this? 1 minute. Debug, sorry, run to step, right? See, QTP has paused at line number 11 because I kept my cursor there and it said run to step, means from the line number 1 where my cursor is there up to that thing you will run it. I don't want to keep a breakpoint. I am not going to hit every time F11 to execute that particular single line always. So where my cursor is there, from that particular first to that particular point you need to execute and you need to pause it. Okay, clear that thing or any doubt you have?
Clear.
Run to step. Clear, right? Okay, next one is debug from step. That means from where I had kept my cursor, from that thing only you have to start execution, but you have to ask my permission whether I have to run totally or I have to run individual line. So now you will see already my application has been open and checkbox is selected. My target, I need to enter the data 3 in this particular field and I need to click OK. So this lines of code from the line number 1 to line number 6, it has been executed, working fine. Then you can keep your cursor, go to debug and say debug from step, means I want to execute, start executing from that particular line, but don't run it, wait there for my instructions. So you can see yellow arrow as I kept the cursor there and it said debug from step, not yet executed anything, just it is waiting for my instructions what I want to do. So if I hit run, from the line number 7 to 15 it is going to execute, or if I hit F11 step into, then that particular line number 7 will be executed and it is waiting for my instruction at line number 8. Again I will go to debug, step into, so that line executed. Again I will go to debug, I will say step into, so OK button will be clicked. Like that, individually, instead of keeping a breakpoint, I am saying that you have to start execution from this particular point, but don't do anything, just wait for my instruction, so that whatever I will say, if I say run, you will execute total thing, or if I want to hit F11 I want to check that individual lines whether it is working or not, I can use that thing also. Clear? Or any doubt you have? Step into and debug from step. No doubts? Fine. Function ABC function BCD Understood the code or any doubt you have in this code which I had written?
Can you complete the page?
Sorry? Okay.
Browser that page
Uh-huh.
Google. Type in Google.
Okay. So you understood the code, right? So what I want to say?
Yes.
So when I calling this ABC function, it has been calling this, and QTP it has been set in a, so first it will go to the browser Google page, and the name field first it will highlight it, then it is going to enter the QTP in that field, then it is going to call a BCD function which is there at the bottom, which is saying that hi Teja, then bye. After that there is another function which is calling, that is QWE, which is going to see how are you, I am fine, right? Now what I am doing is I am using a debug from step, the shortcut. But if you go to debug, there is no shortcut for debug from step, but I am going to use how? I am going to hit the alt button which is there in my keyboard, so that this file edit, these things will be activated. See, when I hit alt, F is activated, that file. You can able to see, right? And if you see, there is a underscore for each and everything, like file F is there, for edit E is there, like that for resources R is there, and for the same thing debug D is available. So I hit the Alt, immediately I hit the D, so that the options which are available, it is displaying. And then immediately if you see debug from step, the underscore is there for F, so I will hit F, so that I am ready with the debugging from step option. Clear what I did? Instead of keeping the cursor there, going to debug and hitting the debug from step, directly I had kept my cursor, I hit Alt, I hit D, I hit F, and I hit OK, so that my cursor is ready for at debug from step. Clear or any doubt? Okay. So now what I am doing is, if individual line is there, we had seen step into, it is going to execute that particular line. But now this line number 2, it is not a individual code, it is a function. Then if you go to debug and if you say step into F11, then my cursor automatically, that yellow arrow will go to that line number 5. See what I will do, I will just give a huge break, and here I am just writing wait, I am saying print test completed. I kept my cursor, I just gone with debug from step. So now you can see my yellow arrow is there, which is waiting for my instruction whether I have to go with this particular total run or I have to go a individual line of code. So I'm just going to debug and hitting this F11 step into. So as this is a function, so function starts at line number 8 and code is starts at line number 10. So my yellow arrow is going to line number 10. Not yet executed, just it has gone there, that's all. Again I am going to debug, I am hitting step into. That particular line will be, oh, Google is not there. It have to come. Can you able to hear me, right?
Right.
Okay. Because sometimes if nut is not available, right? So I don't get this Google or the internet working in VMware. Just give me 1 minute. know why it is not working.
Maybe the third set put email file in there.
No, no, it is working.
See that you open up.
It is working here and it is not working here. I need to check. Okay, something problem will be there with my virtual machine. No problem, I will just open the Internet Explorer in that one t.ht. Okay, now it will work. So just kept my cursor alt df and F11, you can see it is going to highlight that thing, and again I am hitting F11 which is going to set the value. So you can see QTP it has been set. Now again, as this BCD is a function, again when I go to debug and when I hit F11 it is going to line number 18. Again debug, again step into, again step into, individually I hit it, again call QW is another function, so my function that arrow is going to line number 14. So debug, step into, again debug, step into, F11 I have to hit every time. Then QTP end this function, but still it is line number 4 not yet executed, so it will execute that thing, again it is execute that, test complete. So F11, if it is a function it will go inside a function, if it is a line it is going to execute that line only. Clear this or any doubt you have?
Yes.
So if you want to execute any time a individual line of code, a particular line of code, keep your cursor, go to debug and just hit debug from step. Okay, fine. See, step, debug from step, it has been done. Now I hit F11, F11 and I'm just deleting here. Oh, sorry. Again when I hit F11 it is going to set QTP, but now my target is I don't want to hit F11 because I know that this particular BCD function it is working fine. So instead of hitting F11 again you will hit F11, all these things you can hit another shortcut key that is called F10. That is nothing but step over. That means I don't want to hit F11 every time for that particular function. Execute that function whatever it is there, lines of code, and wait for my instruction at next line, that is line number 13. So now if you see when I hit this F step over, right, so BCD function hi Teja bye will be executed automatically. See, again this QWR is a function, so what will happen? QWR how are you, I am fine, it will be executed, and right now I am in ABC function, that will be done, and my yellow arrow will be waiting at line number 4. Okay, after that, so F11 will execute. If it is a function, it will go inside a function. If it is a line of code, it will execute that thing. But if F10, if you are hitting, if it is a function, it is going to complete the whole total function and it will wait at next line. Clear? Or any doubt in this F11 and F10? F11 going to execute each and every line. If it is a function, it will go inside a function. F10, if it is a function, it is going to complete the action and it will wait at next line, whether to execute or not. Clear? Or any doubt you have? Okay. The last one, that is step out. So I hit F11, I hit F11, I hit F11, I hit F11 again. Right now I am in a function. I know that it is working fine and accidentally I am in the function. So again I hit F11, I need to hit F11. Not required. You can go to debug and you can hit shift F11. That is nothing but whatever the lines of code which is there in the function, complete it, execute it, and next line wherever it is there, that line number 13, there you have to wait. So when I say debug and step out, as I am in a function, it will run this thing, it will run this thing, and it will wait at line number 13. See, my yellow arrow is there at line number 13. So like this, these are all debugging options. So now again I accidentally in QWE I am available. So I don't want to hit F11 F11 because these are all individual lines. So to come out of this thing, I'll just go to debug and say step out. So it will be executed. Like this we will do the action. Debugging, nobody is going to ask in an interview, but when you are working, so where your script fails, how you are going to check the value, all these things with the help of debugging only it is going to do the action. Clear? Or any doubt in this particular debugging? No doubt, right? When you practice this thing, then you will understand so why this thing is used, because your script right now in the previous version it is working fine, and now developer had done small changes and application is not working. So why it has not working, where it has failed, why it has failed, what in application the value is displaying, and what the currently the application or the Excel sheet or thing something is displaying. So like this you can check with the help of debugging. Okay, clear, right? Fine. So this is about the debugging. So tomorrow we are going to see regular expressions, which is the most important thing which we will use as per the requirement only. Exception handling we are going to see, and we are going to see virtual objects. Okay. I am stopping here. We will see in the tomorrow session about that particular virtual objects, exception handling, all these things. Okay, bye.